Hey, hello everyone. Hope you are good and enjoying the coding. In this session, we will learn about the list data type. So we have started sequence data type. Under sequence, we have three data types: string, list, tuple. In last session, we learn about the string, how to declare string, how to access string, how to access string by using indexes, positive index as well as negative index. Okay, and we have used some operators over the string. String is supporting lots of methods like upper, lower, find, count, then is alnum, is numeric. Okay, there are lots of methods which is supported by string class, but all those methods we'll learn in future session. In this session, we will mostly focus on the data types. So yeah, in this session, we'll learn about the data type list data type. Okay. So yeah, list in Python is like an array with the different data types. What it means? In other programming language, when we declare any array or when we declare a list, same type of elements can be stored into that array. If you take an example of C, Java, C++, .NET, any programming language, it support for only a respective data types list or array. It means if I have declared integer array, then I can store only a numeric values or integer values. I cannot store string into that array. But Python support a homogeneous as well as heterogeneous elements to store into that respective list. Okay. So how to declare a list in Python? I'm creating one file list.py and declaring one variable mylist. Okay, in this way we can declare a list in Python. We don't need to allocate a memory for storing any values. So here my underscore list is equal to square brackets. These square brackets, it means it is a list. There are two ways to declare a list. This is a empty list. Second way is by using a list class or list constructor. Okay, so I have created object of list class and haven't passed anything. That means this is also a empty list. So by using these two ways, either using square brackets or by using a list constructor, we can declare list variable. Okay, if I print my list and my list 1, its output will be same. There is no best and worst method while declaring a list. Okay, I hope declaring empty list is clear to you. Let me print this value first. My list 1. Yeah, you can see these are a two empty list. If we have to declare list with some elements, then we have to pass those elements by using a comma. By comma separated, it means provide a list of elements with comma separated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are the 10 elements which we have declared for my list. Okay, if I print this, it will print whole list. We don't need to use any loop for printing this list element. You can see the first list having a 10 elements, 1 to 10. Second list is empty because I haven't passed anything here. Okay, so this is called as homogeneous element. It means it is having only a natural number or numeric values. If you want to store any other data types into this list, we can store. Okay, here I am adding few elements, like the first element is a floating number I have added. If you want to add any string, you can add here. If you want add any address, you can add address here. If you want to add any boolean value, then we can add that boolean value here. In this way we can create a list of homogeneous as well as a heterogeneous or different data types. Okay, now in this list we have all type of elements. Even if you pass a list inside a list, you can also do that. Okay, we'll see that later. This is first thing. Second thing is this list element can be directly accessed by using a variable name. Or if you want to access any particular value from this list or from this array, then we need to use an index. Let's understand how these values are stored on a particular index. Okay, so initially I have stored 10 elements into the list. Those elements are stored in this way. The first element 1 is stored at 0 index. Next element 2 is stored at index 1. In this way, all the elements are stored from 0 to 9 index. Index is always ranging from 0 to length minus 1. In this list, I have a 10 elements. So its length is, so its index will be 0 to 10 minus 1, that is 9. If I have to access this 1, then I will use a 0 index. If I have to access a 5, then I will use a 4 index. If I have to access 10, then I will use a 9 index. Python also support for negative indexes. It means if you have to access any element by using a negative indexes like -1, -2, it is also supporting. So the last element is always stored at -1 indexes, and it's ranging from -1 to minus length. Okay, it's in backward direction, reverse order. This is forward direction, ascending orders. So to access 1, we can use index 0 or we can use index -10. By using both indexes, we can access a single element. If we have to access a 10, then we can use either index of 9 or we can use -1 index. Okay, I hope this index is clear to you. Let's see some example of these indexes. I am removing this print my list 1. Okay, so let's print this list once again. So here I have printed all the elements. Okay, now I want to print 1, then I will use directly index of 0. It will print this 1. You can see here. If we have to access this 5, what we will do? We will use its index. Index is 4. You can see this. Now here I have to access this true. What I will do? I will directly use a -1. Okay, or I can use length -1. But here I know this is the last element. Last element, it means -1. Let's see what is this true. To access this address, what I will do? I will use -2. It will print second last value. In this way, we can access list elements by using positive as well as negative index. List declaration is simple. Just use square bracket and inside that add elements with comma separated. Same list we can create by using a list constructor. Okay, I'm copying this as it is and passing to this list. While passing this list to a list, we need to use any brackets, either this bracket or a round bracket or brace. But when we pass this into a brace, it will not maintain its sequence. Okay, then what we will do? We will use either round bracket or square brackets. Okay, in this way we can create a list. Okay, I hope list declaration and accessing the list by using positive as well as negative index is clear to you. Okay, now I am removing this list. So suppose I want to update this element. So list is a mutable. So what is mutable? Mutable, it means if you have to update any elements, then mutable provides that capability to update that element. It means list can be updated. If it's immutable, it means we cannot update, but this is a mutable. It means we can update this list. Now I want to update this 5 value. I want to change this 5 with 55. So what I will do? We will access this element first by using its index. Let's access my list of 4. This is a 5 value and update is directly. Okay. print the list. You can see 5 is changed to 55. So it means if you have to update any elements, then by using index we can directly access that element and update its value. Okay, I hope accessing, updating or overwriting the value is clear to you. Yeah. Next I want to show you, suppose I want to show first element. Then I have used list of 0. Let me clear this. Print 1 and this is 2. 1, 2, 3. In string also we have seen that if we have to print any range, then we can use one operator. This is called as slicing operator. Okay, if we have to print a particular range, I am removing this. If we have to print a particular range, then instead of using a indexes multiple times, what we will do, we will use a slicing operator. So for printing 1, 2, 3, what I will do, I will use slice operator. Okay, let's use slice operator. So what is the syntax of slice operator is colon colon. This is a slicing operator. So if we didn't pass anything, it will print whole list. Let's understand this syntax of slicing operator first. So before first colon, start value. After first colon, end value. And at last, there is a step. Step will be a incremental or decremental value. Okay. I am changing these values. Default value of start is 0. Default value of end is length. And default value of step is 1. Okay. So if I want to print these first 5 values, then what I will do, I will start from index 0, that is 0. Then number of elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this will be 5. And what will be the incremental value? 1. So it will print 1 to 5 value. But as you know, the default of start is always 0. You can pass or you can skip it. Step is always default to 1. You can pass or you can skip it. So the output of this is also same, 1 to 5. Okay. If you want to pass these odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, you can do that. Okay. The default start is 0, don't need to pass. End is last element, don't need to add. But the incremental value is 2. After 1 I directly want to print 3. Then what I will do, I will just add 2 here. Okay. It will print 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. If you want to print 2, 4, 6, yeah, then instead of starting from 0, what we'll do, we will start from 1. It will print 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. If you want to print these elements in reverse order, we have seen colon colon minus 1, right? Yeah, same we will use here. I hope accessing the elements by using positive indexes, by using negative indexes, as well as accessing the range by using slicing operator is clear to you. Let's understand theory. List in Python is like an array with the different types. List can be single or multidimensional and can be accessed using positive or negative index. Okay. So here one more statement is written, list can be single or multidimensional. So what is a multidimensional? So here I have declared one single dimension. In this dimension there is only one row. Sometimes we need to store a matrix into a list. So let's first understand what is a matrix. Yeah. So such elements or such storage is called as a matrix. Here I have a 3 rows, row 0, row 1 and row 2, and 3 columns, column 0, column 1 and column 2. When we have to store element in a tabular form into an array or into a list, At that time we need to use a multidimensional array or multidimensional list. So it means list having a list. So row 0, this is called as a first list. Okay, this is row 1 or second row, this is a second list, and this is third list. So what we will create, we will create a 3 separate list and we'll combine those lists into a single list. If you have to access any elements, then those elements can be accessed by using an index. So this is called as index 0. This is called as index 1. And this is called as index 2. So this is index 0, index 1, index 2. If you have to access any particular elements from this index, then what we will do? We'll do index 0 of index 0, 1 or 2. In this way, we can access a multidimensional array. Okay, let's understand this in detail. So I'm commenting this and creating a new list. Okay, list declaration in this way. So here we have a 3 list, first, second and third. This is called as a multidimensional list. I'm creating a 2-dimensional list, 3 by 3. It's 2-dimensional. Okay, so in first list we have 3 elements. In second list we have next 3 elements, and in third list we have next 3 elements. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Let's print these elements. One, two, three, 4 5 6 7 8 9. In this way we can store a multidimensional array into a list. If you have to access any particular element, then we can use a respective index. For row 0 we'll use index 0, so it will print 1 2 3. For next one, for next index you can use next value 4 5 6. If you have to access these 2 elements, then what we will do, this will be a index of 0, and inside index of 0 we have to access first 0 1, 1th position element. It will print 2. In this way we can access a multidimensional array. I hope this is clear to you. So let me open the theory once again. Yeah, I think this is clear to you. List is also supporting lots of methods like append, extend, insert, remove, pop. Okay, but all those methods we will learn in future session wherever needed. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. How to declare a list variables, how to create an empty list, how to create a list with default values, how to access a list by using positive as well as negative index, access the elements by using slicing operator, declare a list with multidimensional array, and access those multidimensional list by using indexes. If you have any doubt, then comment me. We'll see those details in next session or in future session. Thank you. See you in next session.